Hi everyone, my name is Maisie Peebles and I am the Discover Digital Development Officer at the Alliance. Thank you so much for joining this online session. I hope you're looking forward to it and I hope you're looking forward to learning about what digital can do for your health and well-being. So welcome to this Discover Digital workshop. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to have an introduction to some free digital health apps and resources. And the aim of today's workshop is to use digital health and care to improve your own well-being or that of someone you support. So the Discover Digital project is all about raising awareness of digital tools and resources that can support your health and well-being or support someone that you know's health and well-being. And we created in 2021 the Discover Digital Guide. And the guide is an introduction to the idea of digital health and well-being. It lets people know what's out there and how to use it, and also some of the benefits as well that this can bring. And the reason I'm telling you this today is that the training is all based around this guide. So what I'd recommend doing is after you've watched this online workshop, you can go away and you can access the Discover Digital Guide because it'll give you a wee bit more in-depth learning than you'll have today. So the guide has 7 sections. So the first one is really just how to use the guide. The second one is the big picture. So it lets you know the benefits of digital health and well-being, who can use it. And also number 3 is digital tools for self-management. So it tells you a bit about how to use digital for your self-management of a long-term condition. Number 4 is on all the services available digitally in the NHS. 5 is technology-enabled care. How can you can use this and tools to stay safe and independent in your own home. And 6 is safeguarding and self-evaluation. So this is how to know if a tool is working for you and also how to stay safe as well. 7 just gives some additional definitions that are used throughout the guide. And throughout this workshop, I'll be referencing various different resources, and you'll be able to access and find out about all these different resources in the links that are provided in the description of this video. So what I'm showing on the screen now is just a screenshot of our Discover Digital Guide. So our Discover Digital Guide can be accessed on our website in PDF and Word format. So this is just section 1 of about the guide, and it just gives a little background on the Discover Digital project. Okay, now I'm getting into the meat of the Discover Digital workshop. So I'm going to start off by delving into what digital health care and wellbeing is, because it can be a bit of a jargony term or a bit of an unknown term for a lot of people. So really, digital health is just the use of technology and digital tools to manage our health and wellbeing. So this could be an application that you use on your phone to manage your long-term conditions, such as diabetes, to understand it better. It could be an activity tracker that you have on your wrist to keep track of your steps or the amount of calories that you've burned. It could really be anything like this, or even something that you have in your home that's a sensor that might track how safe or warm your environment is. And today we're really just going to focus on technology that's available to all of us on an everyday basis. So I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about section 3 of the Discover Digital Guide. And this is all about digital tools for self-management. So before I chat about some different applications and resources that you can use, I'm just going to explain a bit about what self-management is for those who don't know. So self-management is just all about the different actions and decisions that you take to look after yourself when living with a long-term condition. So this could be, as I mentioned before, you could be living with diabetes and you could just the actions and decisions that you take could be tracking your food or your weight to help with your symptoms and your triggers a bit more. So digital is really just the same, but with the help of technology. So, for example, you could use a community notice board to find out what support groups are available in your local area. But with digital, you could use an online service directory, for example, or with with your long-term condition, you could use a paper diary to track your symptoms. But with digital, you could use an app that's more so tailored towards your long-term condition. So there are lots of tools available for self-management today, and they could be developed by the NHS, charities, and private companies. So there are many, many things out there available. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to let you know about a few trusted and free resources that you can use. I'm going to start off by talking about Sleepio. So Sleepio is a tool. It's a trusted app that you can use on your phone or your tablet. You can also use it on a web browser on a computer as well. So Sleepio is clinically proven to help you with your insomnia. So what it is it's a personalized and guided program. So it allows you to set your own goals as to what you want to improve in your sleep. And it also builds your program personalized to you, depending on the answers that you give. So Sleepio uses cognitive behavioral therapy tools, or CBT, and CBT is a type of therapy that helps you to manage your problems by changing the way that you think and behave. So Sleepio, I'm just going to show you some slides as to what Sleepio looks like. So you can also link your Fitbit device as well to Sleepio to track your sleep. So you'll see on the left-hand side of the screen at the top. So we go to sessions here. So you will be doing 6 different sessions with Sleepio. And once you've done one, the next one will unlock a week after, so you can't just do them really quickly. If we move on now to the middle top of the screen, we've got a sleep diary. So Sleepio allows you to keep track of your sleep. It'll ask you different questions such as how well you slept, what time you were waking up at, how many times that you got up during the night, and it'll give you a score depending on the feedback that you give. And the aim is to have your sleep score at around 90% at the end of the program. So moving on from sleep diary, we'll go a bit more to the top right-hand side of the screen. Sleepio allows you to track your progress, which is really good, so you can understand how far you've got with the program. And then this is just a screenshot of the different programs that Sleepio has. So on the very left-hand side of the screen in the middle, there is session 1. So it's all about understanding sleep efficiency and what causes poor sleep. And then we go through to number 2 in the middle of the screen, helping you to rethink your relationship with sleep. And number 3 is all about transforming your schedule and your connection to your bed. So Sleepio is a guided program, and there's a little person called the professor. They'll guide you through all these different things. He'll talk at you, and there are also captions as well. Just moving on now to a program called Daylight. And Daylight is developed by the same company as Sleepio, which is Big Health. So Sleepio and Daylight are both free for everyone in Scotland to access, although they're developed by commercial companies. And Daylight also uses cognitive behavioral therapy to help you to manage your stress and anxiety. So we'll just go to the very left-hand side of the screen where you will see an image of a phone. So this just shows what Sleepio looks like on a mobile device. Daylight what daylight looks like on a mobile device. So daylight can be accessed only as an application on a mobile or on a tablet. And what it does is it teaches you a variety of different techniques to be able to manage your stress and your anxiety. So it could be something that you physically do or something that you mentally do to manage this. And it'll give you a lesson. And after the lesson, you have to do a guided practice. So it really helps to cement what you've learned and put that into practice. So with Daylight and Sleepio, the good thing about these programs is once you've finished and you've found that you have improved either your sleep or your anxiety, you can always go back to these because we all know that these aren't problems that go away. They might come back a little bit more. So it's brilliant that you can always go back to these programs. I'm just going to move on now to SilverCloud. So SilverCloud is a digital mental health company, and it offers different programs for free in Scotland. So it can be accessed as an application on a phone or a tablet, and it can also be accessed on a web browser as well. So SilverCloud offers a variety of different programs. So unlike Sleepio and Daylight, it's not a guided program. It's more so like a course. So you'll do lots of different reading, you'll watch videos, and you'll do some quizzes as well. So you'll work your way through different modules. And SilverCloud offers different programs on depression, alcohol, sleep, stress, money worries, chronic pain, panic and phobia, and many more as well. So I'm just going to go to the left-hand side of the screen, and there'll be a word called program there, and then next to it there's tools. So with tools, this just saves different things into this section of the course that you can use to help manage whatever you're going through. So for example, if you're doing the sleep program, it might have a sleep diary, or if you're doing a stress program, it might have some meditation techniques there as well. And what I'm showing on the screen now is just what the modules look like. So it will tell you how many pages that you've viewed, and if you click into them, the module will expand. And it'll also tell you how many pages there are. So I'm just going to finish up on the self-management part of this online workshop, and I'm going to talk about the Brothers in Arms Thrive app. So Brothers in Arms are a charity in Scotland that help men with their mental well-being. And Thrive is a digital mental health company. So both of these organisations have partnered to develop the Thrive app, which is aimed at men and their mental well-being. So I'm going to go to the left-hand top side of the screen where it says 1, and it just shows a picture of a phone, and it goes through how to download the app. So you can sign up by following a link, which will be in the description of this video. And on to number 2, it will take you through an initial assessment to identify any potential risk factors. And on to number 3 of the screen, it'll just recommend that you begin with different things. So for example, there's calm breathing and meditation techniques that you can do. And number 4, so I'll unlock the mood meter for you after you've completed session 9. Then number 5, it'll do different check-ins with you as well and screen for anxiety and depression. And the reason that this app is developed is because stress and anxiety can be a gateway to men to clinical depression. So number 6 on the right-hand side of the screen, it'll give you different support options depending on what you feedback, and you'll receive personalised goals as well. And on number 7, so the really good thing about this app, I think is quite unique, is that it has an online text coaching service. So basically you can chat to someone via text, it's a qualified coach, from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. about any worries that you might be having. So I've just explained to you some different apps and resources that you can use for your self-management. I'm going to briefly go through some digital NHS services. I'm only going to go through a few, and there are more in the Discover Digital Guide, so please do check that out if you'd like to read some more. So we've got Near Me. Near Me allows people to have video consultations with healthcare professionals. So it means that a person doesn't have to go to an in-person appointment. It means that they can have a video consultation with their healthcare professional from the comfort of their own home, or it could also be from a community centre or a library as well. And then I'm going to move on now to Connect Me. So Connect Me is basically a name for a variety of different services that allows an individual to send health information and communicate with their healthcare professional. And the best example of this in Scotland is the blood pressure monitoring service. So if a person has been identified at being at risk for high blood pressure and they need regular checkups, instead of them going to an in-person appointment with their healthcare professional to take their blood pressure monitor, what they can do instead is be given a device from their GP where they can take their blood pressure readings from their own home or wherever they are, and then they can communicate this result with their healthcare professional via text, phone, or an online service. So if it works for that person, it helps them save the time and the effort of going to an in-person appointment. And also sometimes going to in-person appointments can be stressful. And so blood pressure results will not always be accurate. Just something to say about both these services is if you're interested in them, I would speak to your GP because they are being rolled out across Scotland, so they're not available in every area. I'm just going to chat about two online services now. So NHS Mind to Mind is a new website that is hosted on the NHS Inform website, and it helps people to manage their anxiety, depression, and grief. So what it is there are various different pages it might be on anxiety, it might be on depression, where you can get advice and support. And there are also over 30 videos from people that have lived experience of dealing with one of these issues, and they explain how they've got through that themselves. And then the NHS 24 app allows you to find your nearest services. So things like hospitals, GPs, pharmacies, dentists. And you can also chat with their virtual assistant about any symptoms that you might be having. And the virtual assistant will ask you different questions and then signpost you to some support and basically let you know what to do. Okay, now I'm going to explain some signposting resources. So if you're looking to find more information about trusted healthcare apps, trusted technology, trusted healthcare information, and also additional information about some services related to health and well-being. So what I'm going to do is I'll briefly explain these 4 things, and then I'll do a little demo of them on my screen. So I'm going to start off now with ALICE, which stands for a local information system for Scotland. And ALICE connects you to services in your area. And About Digital and Me, or ADAM for short, is a platform provided by Alzheimer's Scotland, and it aims to help you find the right technology at the right time. And ORCA is an organisation that reviews commercial health, care and wellbeing apps to see whether they're safe and effective. And NHS Inform is Scotland's National Health Information Service. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through Alice to start off with. So if you'd like, you can get Alice up on your phone or your device and run through this at the same time as me. So you would just put into your device or your web browser alice.org. So that's ALISS.org. So Alice helps you to find services, groups, and activities for health and wellbeing across Scotland. So I'm going to go now to the middle of the screen where there's a search bar. So you can put a postcode, a town, or a city into the search box. And what I've done for the purposes of this online workshop is just use the Alliance's postcode. So I'm just going to press search. And the screenshot that I have up here just tells you the different search results that we've got. And what you can do if you want to filter it further is we go to the left-hand side of the screen. There is a section that says filter by category. So you can filter by different categories such as conditions, rights and representation, and digital as well to narrow down your search results. I'm still on the left-hand side of the screen under filter by keyword. So you can also filter by keyword to also narrow down the search. So diabetes is what I've used as an example here. And if we keep going down below, you can also filter by local or national services. And then below that, you can also filter by how far the service is. So what I've got on the screen here is an example of if you click onto a service, just what it looks like. So we've got benefits advice here, and the title is just at the top of the screen. And then we have a little information about what the service is. We have maps, which are provided by Google Maps. And then something that Alice has recently introduced is a Reach Deck accessibility toolbar. So on the very left-hand side of the screen, down below the blue banner, there is an icon that's got a little person, and it says speak. So if you click on this will activate the Reach Deck toolbar where it can basically speak things out for you, and it can also translate into different languages, and it can also change the color and contrast of the screen as well. So this is just continuing on with the screenshot of this service. At the very bottom of the page, it'll say who the service is provided by, and then when this information was last reviewed, so you know how up to date it is. So I'm now going to move on to Orca. So Orca, as I said, is an organisation that reviews commercial healthcare and wellbeing apps, and they partnered with Alzheimer's Scotland to develop this app library. So this is a brilliant resource for you to go to if you're looking for trusted healthcare apps. Feel free to also get this up on your device if you're able to. So you'll just see the web link is alzscot.orca.com. And on the very left-hand side of the screen, I'm just going to search stress into this app library. And I'm going to press search. So what this will do is this will bring up various different search results. You can also filter this as well. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you can filter by different categories. So this could be different diseases, or it could be a food allergy, of quite a few different things you can filter by. What I think is really good as well is in the middle of the screen, under cost, you can filter by if you want to find apps that are entirely free, paid, or ones that have in-app purchases. So if you're looking for a trusted app that's also free, this is a great place to go to. So this is just an example of what a search result looks like, and if you click onto the app. So what it does is on the left-hand side of the screen, it's got a little logo, and it also has the heading. So this is the Daylight app. It'll give a little description as well if we go down as to what daylight is. And then what we have here is a score summary. So daylight has been awarded a score of 82% by Orca. So this is based on data, so how clear it's made to a person what happens to their data, the professional assurance, and the usability and accessibility. And Orca won't accept an app on their website that's below a score of 65%. I'm just moving on now to Adam, or about Digital and Me. So Adam was developed by Alzheimer's Scotland, and it's for people living with long-term conditions, focusing on dementia, Parkinson's disease, vision impairment, and hearing loss. And it's all pieces of technology that have been reviewed by people with lived experience of these long-term conditions. And if you'd like to get this up on your screen, you can put in meetadam.co.uk. So if you want to find technology recommendations, what you can do, on the very right-hand side of the screen at the top, you can press Get Your Recommendations. And this will take you to a quiz essentially. So you'll chat to Adam and he'll ask you different things about having a safe and happy home, having a purpose in your day, and just ask what's important to you. And based on your responses, he'll narrow down his recommendations. What you can also do if you don't want to go through this quiz is on the very middle top of the screen, you can just press the magnifying glass, which is called Browse, and you can just look through all the pieces of technology. There are not hundreds of things there, so it's perfectly reasonable to just have a little scroll and see what's there. In the middle of the screen, you can also select a tag to narrow down your search as well. So there are things such as getting out and about confidently and having a fun and fulfilling day. So I'm just going to show you next what a piece of technology would look like. So for example, here we have a heat belt. So at the top of the screen, we've got pictures of the heat belt. Then we have a description as to what it is. We also have at the left-hand side of the screen, the ease of use. We have the setup time, and then we have the price. I'm just going to wrap up now by just letting you know the best place to go if you're looking for trusted healthcare information. So rather than Googling and going to different resources you don't know whether are legitimate or not, the best place to go is NHS Inform. So this is nhsinform.scot. So this will tell you lots of different things, such as information on illnesses and conditions, information on symptoms, and they have so many different self-help guides as well that are based around mental health, mental well-being, back problems, so many different conditions. They have information on tests and treatments, so why you might be needing a test or a treatment, advice on healthy living, information on care, support and rights, and they also have Scotland's service directory, which connects you to services in your area, such as hospitals, GPs, pharmacies as well. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's Discover Digital workshop. I really hope that you've managed to get something out of it. And as I said, all the links to everything that I've mentioned today will be in the video description. So just check them out. And I'd love to hear how you're getting on, or even if you have any suggestions as to how to improve this workshop or any feedback on any of the tools that you've used, email us at dhcscot@alliance-scotland.org.uk or give us a call on 0141 404 0231. And as I said before, please read the Discover Digital Guide if you're wanting to learn a wee bit more than you have today and just cement some of your learning. So thanks again for joining.